ICC lawyer Julian Nichols points out Kaufman's mistake and inconsistency, quoting Digong as stated by Kaufman. Sabi niya, "I was a faithful servant of the people, and that is how I wish to be remembered." Hindi niya pinaharap kasi magyayabang na naman si Digong. Tulad ng ginawa sa Quadcom, nagyabang. Sipain ko niya. Was spotted in Bangkok yesterday, Thursday, kahit na work day today and tomorrow. Led Defense Counsel Nicholas Kaufman appealed to judges of the International Criminal Court not to confirm the charges filed against former President Rodrigo Duterte. In his closing statement at the end of the confirmation of charges,
nagbabagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu ng lipunan. Bulsa! Opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Bulsa! What you see is what you get. You decide.
welcome pong muli dito sa ating live with RTN. Sabi ni Atty. Jesus Palsis, ICC lawyer Julian Nichols points out Kaufman's mistake and inconsistency. Kaufman argued on day 1 that Duterte's word was his word and people knew it. But on day 3, Kaufman said, one cannot rely on anything coming out of Mr. Duterte's mouth. Pati si Atty. Kaufman, mga kababayan, hilong-talilong na, hindi na maintindihan kung ano yung sasabihin niya. Balibaliktad na rin. Hindi na po consistent sa kanyang mga pananaw at paninindigan. Natanggap na ni Digong ang kanya destiny, quoting Digong as stated by Kaufman. Sabi niya, "I was a faithful servant of the people, and that is how I wish to be remembered. I have now accepted my fate, and I realize that I could die in prison." Yan daw yung sabi ni Digong nang makausap niya before the hearing, kasi hindi nag-attend si Digong, di ba? Kinausap niya kung a-attend ba siya o hindi. Pero ang theory natin, yung desisyon na si Digong hindi na mag-appear doon sa confirmation hearing kay Kaufman mismo. It is his strategy para hindi masubok na umamin agad si Digong. Kasi pag umamin agad po si Digong, matatapos agad yung kaso, yung trial. Pag natapos agad yung kaso, yung trial, paano pa yung 150 million per month? Nag-gets na niya. Hindi niya pinaharap kasi magyayabang na naman si Digong. Tulad ng ginawa sa Quadcom, nagyabang. Sipain ko niya. Hurry up niya. Sabi dito, I have now accepted my fate. Former President Rodrigo Duterte has allegedly accepted his fate, his lead defense counsel said. During his closing statement, Nicholas Kaufman shared a conversation he had with Duterte where the former president said he has realized that I could die in prison. Ito yung ulit-ulit nilang sinasabi ngayon para gatungan po yung emosyon ng mga mamamayang Pilipino. Hindi na po ito para sa mga judges. Ang focus na propaganda, not anymore to defend Duterte para ma-acquit, kundi political propaganda, attack Marcos, attack ICC, siraan sa mata ng mga mamamayang Pilipino na inaapi si Digong, then gatungang yung emosyon. Tama yung ating analysis? Hoping na magamit ito ni Sara Duterte sa kanyang ambisyon, mga kababayan, na manalo sa 2028 election. Pati si Sara po, tanggap na rin po. Relax na relax si Sara. Ang sabi, nasa saan nga nakikita yung anak, mga kababayan? Habang nasa hearing, yung tatay, yung anak, nasa Thailand, naglalakwat na naman po si Sara. Post ito ni Atty. Palsis, hindi ito akin. Jesus Palsis. Ito si Sara. Ano sabi dyan? Inday Lustay, aka Sara Duterte, was spotted in Bangkok yesterday, Thursday, kahit na work day today and tomorrow for most Filipinos. Tweety Bird says he was spotted near a major mall in Bangkok and was touring or shopping in the area. Daming time magbakasyon, siguradong didipinsan ito ng mga DDS. Pero nung si Leni Robredo ang nasa abroad noon, kung ano-anong sinasabi kahit work-related ang trips abroad ni BP Leni noon, meron pang pautot ang mga DDS noon na nasaan ang DC. Pero ngayon, walang pakialam kung nasaan si Sara. Kulto kasi, impeach Sara. Ayan si Sara Duterte, mga kababayan, sa post ni Attorney Jesus Palsis. Relax na relax, mga kababayan, si Sara. Meaning, hindi siya nagmamonitor closely. Binabayaan na lang niya. Bahala na niya dyan si Atty. Kaufman. So patunay, tanggap na nila. Relax na nga eh. Kasi kung hindi pa tanggap, hindi yan lalabas, maglalakwat siya. Sa gitna ng hearing ng kanyang tatay. Nandun yan. Hindi ko nga maintindihan kung bakit wala siya doon mismo sa dahil. Di ba dapat nandun siya? Pero umuwi muna. Kala ko mag-stay siya doon sa duration ng confirmation hearing. Pero wala eh. Umuwi. Pagkatapos, ito si Sara, ang sabi nandun sa Bangkok. Naglalakwat sa mga kababayan. Habang yung kanyang tatay nasa confirmation hearing na hindi na din nag-attend kasi tanggap na daw na mamatay sa loob ng kulungan. Lead Defense Counsel Nicolas Kaufman appealed to judges of the International Criminal Court not to confirm the charges filed against former President Rodrigo Duterte. In his closing statement at the end of the confirmation of charges hearing on Friday, Kaufman made a direct plea to the court. Live in peace na lang. Let him live pala. Hindi live in peace. Let him live out the rest of his days in peace. Pag live in peace na, RIP na. Rest in peace. Yan yung madamdaming appeal. Kita ninyo? Appealing to the emotions na yung strategy ni Kaufman. Baka pagbigyan, nagmamakaawa na. Ngayon, ang lahat ng ito, makikita natin, gabi natin mga kababayan, ito yung patunay na ginagamit nila ito sa propaganda. I could die in prison. Duterte accepts fate as defense rests its case. Lead Defense Counsel Nicolas Kaufman closed the confirmation of charges by launching a dual-pronged attack against the prosecution's narrative manipulation and at the same time painting a frail 80-year-old resigned to his fate of dying in prison. Kaufman opened his final submission by accusing the prosecution of cherry-picking evidence to control public perception by burying the real myth that the defense can only attack during closed sessions. The prosecution controls the narrative by arbitrarily lifting redactions so that it can make its narrative of a grand scheme known to the public in open court, sabi po ni Kaufman. He said the prosecution's action has forced the defense to attack the substance of the charges, obliquely depriving the public of a transparent view of the case witnesses. However, the man himself, former President Rodrigo Duterte, appeared already detached from the proceedings. Kaufman said when he visited Duterte on Wednesday daw, I tried to engage him concerning the evidence and he lost the desire to follow me within less than a minute. He repeated the question that he has always asked me for a year or more, sabi ni Kaufman. How does the prosecution say that I did this? I never murdered anyone, sabi daw ni Digong. How does the prosecution say that I did this? I never murdered anyone. Sabi daw ni Digong, how does the prosecution say that I did this? I never murdered anyone. Talagang luko-luko mga kababayan. Kaufman said he tried to engage Duterte, who is also a former prosecutor, about the legal theories like indirect co-perpetration. But the former president I simply glazed over. Kaufman said Duterte's final instruction to his team were start, Nick, I have done my duty. Yun na lang ang sinabi ni Digong. And I have left my legacy. Go to court and do your job. Ikaw na lang yan. Umarap doon. Ayaw niyang umarap. But I can no longer help you. I no longer remember much at all. Wala na niya akong maalala. Quoting Duterte, Kaufman further said, I was a faithful servant of the people. And that is how I wish to be remembered. I have now accepted my fate. Him and his staff tried to lighten up the atmosphere by reminding the former leader of the pilgrims at the Duterte Street and Duterte Park where his supporters visit and leave letters and flowers to feel close to him. Kita ninyo yung mga kwento nila? Appealing to the emotion. We reminded him of the mountain of cards and greetings. Mountain that he received on his 80th birthday. So many cards, all of which were read by his family, that we had to provide sacks to them to take them back to our office. Be persuaded by your own innate sense of justice and by your own collected years of experience. But most importantly, be guided by coherent evidence and by common sense. I beg you not to confirm any of the charges. I ask you to let Rodrigo Duterte return to the Philippines, not to govern but simply to let him live out of the rest of his days in peace in his humble dwelling in Davao. Sabi po ni sa closing remarks niya sa harap ng mga judges. Ano masasabi ninyo, mga kababayan? Kumbinsido kayo sa kwento ni Kaufman? Binasag ang mga argumento ni Atty. Kaufman ng trial prosecution ICC prosecutor na si Julian Nichols. Sabi kasi ni Digong, kinote si Digong sa kanyang sinabi, March 9, 2025. Mag-contribute kayo ng pera para paglabas ko sa prisuhan, pagawa nyo ako ng monumento. Yun doon dito sa Hong Kong, katabi ni Rizal. Si Rizal may hawak na libro, akin, Science of Gun. Proud na proud siya. Kaya sabi ni ICC prosecutor Julian Nichols, he's proud of his killings. He wants to be remembered for it, and he claims he did it for his country. He does not deny it. Basag, mga kababayan, yung mga argumento niya. Sabay replay ng video clip yung pagyayabang ni Digong doon sa Hong Kong. Ito ang patunay, mga kababayan, na talagang yung mga DDS influencers ginagamit ito para gatungan yung damdamin. Yan MJ Kimbao Reyes post closing statement of Atty. Kaufman. Sabay-sabay sila nagpo-post ngayon. Yung madamdami na closing statement ni Kaufman na appealing to the emotions, panggatong sa mga DDS at mga tagahanga nila. Ito yung full, mga kababayan, sabi ni Kaufman. I went to that prison and I sat with him for an hour. I tried to engage him concerning the evidence, and he lost the desire to follow me within less than a minute. I offered to show him excerpts of the confirmation proceedings, a few minutes of the deputy prosecutor, a few moments of Miss Masiter in hoping that it might excite him a bit more, some of my own opening statement. He shook his head firmly, implored him, nagkiri-kiri si Digong, shaking his head. Indian, wala na, surrender na. Disinterested na daw, nabasahin pa yung statement. Siguro, wala man kasi kayong nakuha, Atty. Kaufman, na malakas na defend. Wala kayong testigo. Walang gustong tumistigo. Kaya nga, ang sabi ni Atty. Falsis, maganda yung recommendation ni Atty. Falsis. Si Bato de la Rosa, magtestigo dapat, expert witness, para interpret niya doon sa harap ng mga judges ang totoong kahulugan ng neutralization. Kasi nagkakalituhan ng totoong meaning. Kasi mahilig kayong palitan ang totoong meaning ng mga salita. Dito kasi, ang pagkaintindi ng mga pulis, mga law enforcers, pati nga si Carpio, Senior Associate Justice, malinaw sa kanilang isipan, mga legal experts, na pag ginamit ang neutralize, that include killing. Huwag na natin gamitin yung neutralize. Kasi yung neutralize nasa dokumento. Pero ang verbal order ni Digong, napakalinaw, recorded, kill them. Kill. Ba't pa tayo mag-argumento sa termino na neutralization? Pero yun ang recommendation niya ni Atty. Falsis. Ang dapat na niya, kasi chief implementer si Bato, lumarga niya siya. Kung gusto niyang maligtas si Digong, ipaliwanag niya sa mga judges. Pero hindi man yung gagawin ni Bato kasi pupusasan na siya doon. Nagtago na nga po si Bato. Pupunta ba yan doon? pupunta yan doon kung kalagkarin na ng Interpol. Ino-audio nga ni Atty. Falsis. Loko din ito si Atty. Falsis. Para siya maglinaw. Linawin niya ang totoong ibig sabihin ng to neutralize, to subdue lang, to arrest. Yun ang gustong ipunto ni Kaufman. Hindi man niya kill. Anong hindi kill? Na bukang bibig ni Digong yung kill. Pero siyempre, hindi man yun, yung document po, yung order, memorandum, hindi man siyempre isusulat doon yung kill. Pahuhuli sila. Neutralize ang nakalagay doon. Pero ang verbal order, kill, napakalinaw. Kahit i-replay pa ninyo. Kaya gumagano na lang daw si Digong, sabi ni Kaufman. Tumabi ka niya ako sa kanya, kinausap ko. Gumaganon na gano'n na lang. Resign to his fate. I said, sir, look, tingnan mo niya. Look at what we are doing for you. Tingnan mo niya yung ginagawa namin. Para sa iyo, para ilabas ka dito. Siyempre, dapat kang magtrabaho. Sayang naman yung bayad sa iyo. We're doing our utmost to get you out of here, sabi ni Kaufman. Ginagawa namin na niya para bring him home. Yung sa bring him home na kami naman tayo na signature, 160,000 lang yung pumirma. Sinabmit sa Supreme Court. Nasaan na yun? Nalila. So, nasaan na yung 32 million? Sabi ko sa inyo. Yan o. Kahit yung 16 million man lang na bumoto kay Digong noon 2016, nasaan na? 162,000 lagda ng Tay Kami Naman signature campaign isinumiti sa Korte Suprema. Isinumiti ngayong Pebrero 23. Sa Korte Suprema, ang unang batch ng 162,000 na pirma mula sa Tay Kami Naman signature campaign kasama ang mga petitioners. Ang pagsusumiting ito ay nagsilbing mahalagang akbang sa kanilang inisyatiba na nagpapakita ng malawak na suporta ng mga lumagda at formal na pagdadala ng kanilang panawagang sa pinakamataas na hukuman ng bansa. Ayan ang tanong natin. Nasaan na yung mga nagre-react ditong mga DDS? Pumirma kayo? Bakit napaka-kaunti? 162,000 lang kayo. Sabi ko sa inyo, yung 32 million, kahit yung 16 million ni Digong, wala na po yun. Bakit yan lang, sabi ito? Wala pang 1% nung niyayabang na 32 million supporters. Then again, magagamit ng Supreme Court yan pag nagkaubusan ng toilet paper. So ang ibig sabihin, wala nang makumbinsing pumirma. At ang ating tingin, itong signature campaign, fundraising lang ninyo para kumita yung iba. Signature campaign na niya, tumulungan niya kayo. Kasi mag-ikot kami sa buong Pilipinas. Binodol pa ninyo yung iba na mga kasama ninyo para lang magkapera kayo. Yan ang gawain ng mga taong yan, mga kababayan. So wala. At this is, a useless initiative. Wala mang magagawa po yung Supreme Court kahit magpetisyon kayo. Ang Supreme Court, hindi man sakop ang ICC. At kahit magpetisyon kayo, isubmit ninyo directly sa ICC. Ibabasura lang yan. That is irrelevant to the case. Ang tatanggapin lang ng ICC, yung mga verified documents, affidavits, dokumento, supporting documents, na nagsasabi si Digong walang kinalaman sa kill doon sa mga namatay. Yun lang. Kung mayroon kayo na dokumento, i-submit ninyo kay Kaufman para makatulong. O kung witness ka, gusto mong mag-witness, di pumunta kayo sa ICC. Sabihin ninyo, hindi totoo. Pero dapat may hawak kayong dokumento na magpapatunay, hindi man totoo. Walang kinalaman si Juan sa mga namatay. Ganon yung gawin ninyo po. Yung problema, si Bato mismo, ayaw tumistigo. May challenge na sa kanya si Falsis. Magpakita siya at pumunta sa, yun na mismo yung pinakang close na yon, pati si Bongo. Minsan hindi pa pumunta sa The Hague para i-comfort man lang si Digong. Sabi, walang iwanan. Buti pa si Robin Padilla, pabalik-balik na doon. Hindi man kasi kasama sa kaso, sinabi ni Kaufman. So I said, Sir, look at what we are doing for you. We are doing our utmost to get you out of here. But once again, he politely declined and I asked him why. Nag-decline daw siya, si Digong. Ayaw nang patulan pa yung sinasabi niya. I said to him, Sir, don't you understand? They accuse you of murder. They say that you murdered thousands when you were the mayor and when you were ruling your country bilang presidente. And then he repeated the question that he has always asked me for a year. Lagi daw itong itinatanong ni Digong. Sa kanya, binabalik yung tanong. How does the prosecution say that I did this? Paano niyang nasabi ng prosecution na ginawa ko to? Yung akusasyon sa kanya. Well, I replied. Sagot ko niya, I thought until Monday that it was because of those speeches. Yung mga speeches mo niya. But then, your prosecutor told the honorable judges the other day, throw them all out. They're not necessary for the confirmation. He claims that he still has enough evidence to convict you without all the bluster. And the former president repeated the question, but how? Paano anyang nangyari? Inosente po. But how? I never murdered anyone. Wala man na niya akong pinatay. I-replay ulit natin yung kill niya. And they talk about thousands. Sabi na niya nila, thousands? Wala man na niya. And then I tried to explain to him such an indirect co-perpetration na niya. And then his eyes simply glazed over. And who can blame him? As I mentioned, it is the only highly technical means whereby the prosecution can artificially connect him to criminal activity, not on his own doing. Wala daw siyang kinalaman. Nagugas kamay. Nagpilato mga kababayan si Digong after na wala siyang tigil. Lahat niyang speeches, ang utos niya, kill. Kill them niya. Pag lumaban na niya, kill them. Pag hindi lumaban, kill pa rin. Jukan mo niya na lumaban. Pag hindi lumaban, patayin mo pa rin na niya. Nireplay yun doon. I tell him that in return for the dubious services and their expression of so-called remorse, as the prosecutors puts it, they will not face trial at the ICC. Probably nowhere in the world, and will be rehoused with new identities. Mr. Duterte, the ex-prosecutor like me, cannot understand the fairness of that, sabi ni Kaufman. Relying on not one, but a number of vicious criminals to convict him, when he remembers that he is supposed to be presumed innocent. I tell him the names of those criminal cooperating witnesses, because apart from us, he is the only person who is entitled to know. He tells me he has not heard of any of them apart from two, who he vaguely recalls from his days as mayor. Hindi na daw maalala ni Digong kasi matagal na nung panahon pa na mayor siya. Gaya nga, kung hindi na niya maalala, ipapaalala ng prosecution. Dapat pakinggan niya. Tapos doon niya i-deny. Kaya lang ayaw niya. Kasi unang-una mga kababayan, paano na kung i-replay yung kanyang mga sinasabi? Di ba? At pangalawa, pinaninindigan niya na yung ICC walang jurisdiction sa kanya. Concerning one, his comment is liar, and concerning the other is kalawat. And then exactly is the spirit of the waiver filed with this court. He looked at me solemnly and said, solemnly, yung mga description po ni Kaufman, talaga matindi. Parang writer ng Nobel, pang drama-rama. Mr. Kaufman, Nick, sabi daw ni Digong, I have done my duty and I have left my legacy. go to court and do your job. But I can no longer help you. Wala niya akong maitutulong sa iyo. Ikaw na lang. I no longer remember much at all and I cannot comment on people who I do not know and on statistics that mean nothing to me. Wala niya akong masasabi na. Wala akong maikukomento doon sa mga tao na hindi ko na maalala. At yung mga statistics na wala mang anyang, yung numbers na mga pinatay siguro yung mini-minya, na wala man anyang kahulugan para sa akin. He then concluded and pronounced as follows: I was a faithful servant of the people, and that is now I wish to be remembered. Ito yung sabi ko sa inyo, appealing to the emotion, para kaawaan ng mga gatungan yung emosyon ng mga followers niya. I have now accepted my fate and I realized that I could die in prison. So tanggap na niya, mga kababayan daw, na mamatay siya doon. At ito yung ida-drum beat ng mga drum up ng mga DDS. Bakit ko alam? Gagamitin nila sa politika ni Sara. Ay, ito mismo ang ebidensya. Ipakita ko sa inyo. Sinisimula na nila yung drama at propaganda para galitin yung mga tao at isisi pag namatay. Gawin nila ang si Digong na tulad ni Ninoy na nagkatapol. Dito na yung pinapakalat nila. Gawa sila ng mga page para sa propaganda. Yan, Senior Pepe, hypothetical, if PRRD dies in ICC trial, imagine the headlines. The trial ends, but the outrage begins. Kita ninyo, kinukondisyonan yung isipan ng mga tao. Suddenly, the Dutertes become larger than life, symbols of resistance. Social media ignites with tributes, memes, and remembering PRD threads. Every critic suddenly looks small. Every smear, every attack, every endless debate about the ICC gone. The public now rallies around loyalty, legacy, and family leadership. Politicians who once whispered against the Dutertes are now sweating over public opinion polls. Even the loudest naysayers must awkwardly nod in respect or risk losing credibility. Ito na ang propaganda nila. The opposition, chaos, confusion, a scramble to stay relevant while the country mourns, remembers, and hypothetically considers who they really trust. Moral of the story: in Philippine politics, attacks may ignite outrage, but loyalty, legacy in the Dutertes hold on the public imagination. That's a wildfire. No trial can put out. Disclaimer: this post is purely satirical and hypothetical. It does not assert facts about anyone's health, status, or legal case. Malinaw na propaganda at inamin nila na hindi man ito totoo. Satirical lang. Tama yung analysis ko. Gagamitin nila po ito. Kasi hindi nila kaya kasing baliktarin yung mga narratives o facts ng prosecution. Kaya ang gagawin nila, appeal to the emotions na lang, gamitin nila propaganda sa politika, gatungan yung mga tao, gawing hero si Digong, mga kababayan. Kaya yun ang mga statement na pinalabas sa closing statement, mga kababayan. Closing remarks ni Kaufman. Political propaganda. Gagawin nila na tulad kay Ninoy, a sacrificial lamb to catapult Sara Duterte to power to 2028 election para umupo. Tama ang basa ko po? Sabi ko sa inyo. Is the Ninoy Aquino of BBM? Ipakita namin ito na mga pictures ng mga namatay tulad nito. Sigurado niyang pag hindi niya naalala, nagsisinungaling siya. O ito. Laman ito ng dyaryo. O yan o. Children and youth killed in Duterte's bloody drug war. Yan o. Ilan lang siya. Kasi 126 siya, mga kababayan. Ilan lang sa may picture. Caitlin Maika Olpina, 3 years old. Skyler Abatayo, 4 years old. Alangan, mga adik yan o poser. Althea Balbon, 4 years old. Danica May Garcia, 5 years old. Francis Manyusa, 5 years old. San Nino Batucan, 7 years old. Christine Joy Sailog, 12 years old. Jairos Bronjal, 13 years old. Rinaldo Di Guzman, 14 years old. Sian Christian Martinez, 14 years old. Kian Lloyd De Los Santos, pinakasikat, itong dalawa, 17 years old. Tapos si Carl Angelo Arnaiz, 19 years old. 2017, August. Siyempre, pag pinakita itong mga picture, hindi ko niya yung kilala, hindi ko niya naalala yan. Pero yung picture ng pamilya niya at yung mga events sa Pilipinas, naalala niya. Tama ba? More talk, more mistakes talaga po. Sa sobrang kadaldalan, sobrang drama ni Kaufman, hindi niya na mamalayan, nilalag niya, dinidestroy niya mismo yung kanyang defense strategy. Na-realize na ninyo mga DDS, kung bakit si Digong, o itong kaso ni Digong, mako-confirm ito. At malamang sa malamang, hindi na siya makauwi. 30 years life imprisonment ang kanyang kakaharapin kasi napakalakas ng ebidensya laban sa kanya. At ang ebidensya galing mismo sa kanya. Kanyang bibig at mismo yung kanyang abogado kino-confirm na si Digong fit for trial. Ito, sa kwento niya dito. And then finally, his face beamed with pride. So naalala niya, Your Honors, it is so easy to choose as a target for prosecution a politician because of the way he presents his policies. If Rodrigo Duterte is to be faulted for anything, it is for his inappropriate choice of language. But he murdered no one. Kung may kasalanan na niya siya dahil sa kanyang mga pananalita, yung mga pagmumura, ayun lang anya. Pero wala niya siyang pinatay. Out of the huge database of evidence on which the prosecution relies, I repeat, that there is absolutely nothing to directly link Rodrigo Duterte to the 78 deaths alleged. That is why they rely on a few selective and vociferous individuals in the Duterte administration, calling them co-perpetrators just so it can artificially superimpose their fantasy, common plan theory linking Rodrigo Duterte to the victims. Ang nag-link mismo kay Digong sa mga biktima, yung bibig niya, Attorney Kaufman, hindi yung prosecution, kundi yung bibig niya. Ay, talaga tong si Kaufman. Your Honors, I beg you to be guided by the evidence which must reach a minimal level of integrity. Be persuaded by your own innate sense of justice and by your own collected years of experience. But most importantly, be guided by coherent evidence and by common sense. Yun man talaga ang guide at sa paggamit ng ganong coherence ng evidence in common sense dictates na kung mismo mula sa bibig ang admission ni Digong na siya ipinag-utos niya yung kill at inadmit siya na may pinatay siya, may mga pinapatay siya, pinatay niya. Dapat niya yun ang panagutan. Yun ang malinaw, Attorney Kaufman. I ask you, I beg you, not to confirm any of the charges denied. I ask you to let Rodrigo Duterte return to the Philippines, not to govern, but simply to let him live out the rest of his days in peace in his humble dwelling in Davao. Paano na to? Na hindi man lang tumanda. At least siya, umabot siya ng 81. Paano yung mga bata? So iniisip ninyo, yung isang buhay ni Digong, mahalaga. Yung thousands, kumusta naman? Na hindi na natupad yung kanilang mga pangarap. Hindi na lumaki. 3 years old, patay na. Ano, Atty. Kaufman? So mas mahalaga yung buhay ng matanda ninyong kliyente na at least tumanda siya age 81 at naging Pangulo. Paano yung mga bata na baka may pangarap din yun na maging Pangulo, hindi na mangyayari kasi age 3 pa lang, patay na. O kahit hindi na Pangulo. Maging teacher man lang, polis, abogado, doktor, hindi na nangyari. Kasi kinitil na yung buhay. Sa war on drugs ni Digong, naalangan man yung mga victims na yon na age 3, addict o drug poser. Nakita ninyo yung consequences. Kumusta naman mga DDS kung anak ninyo yon? Na may pangarap kayo sa buhay para sa inyong anak. Pasalamat si Digong, age 81 na siya. Lahat ng sarap ng buhay, natikman na niya. Sarap ng pagkain, mga material na bagay, pati babae. Ilan yung asawa niya? 2. Pero yung babae, sabi ni Pulong mismo, 13, 14 yata yon. At proud pa si Sarah na nag-aawa yung mga babae ni Digong, mga girlfriends yung tawag niya. Nung sa buti pa si Digong, nagbuhay hari, nakatikim ng sarap sa buhay yung mga mula sa squatter na bata na nangangarap na maging kung anong mga career nila in the future, hindi na po nangyari. One-sided kasi kayo eh. Yan ang problema sa inyo eh. Iniisip na lang ninyo si Digong. Never ninyong naisip, kumusta naman yung mga biktima? Your Honor, sabi niya, I beg you to be guided by the evidence. I ask you to let Rodrigo Duterte return to the Philippines, not to govern. And with that, Your Honor, sabi ni Kaufman, I conclude and I wish to thank you for your patience and to thank the parties and the participants and most importantly, my team. Pasalamatan mo yung team mo talaga at siyempre yung mga judges dapat ka talaga magpasalamat. Because of this case, crimes against humanity kay Digong, may 150 million ka attorney's fee. Malilipat sa iyo yung bilyon ni Digong. Ngayon, yung prosecution, sabi dito, prosecution maintains Duterte should not be granted interim release. Dapat wag pagbigyan. During the hearing on the review of detention before the ICC PTC, senior trial lawyer Julian Nichols cited the waiver Duterte filed for the confirmation of charges as to why he should not be granted an interim release. According to Nichols, Duterte in his waiver said he did not recognize the jurisdiction of the ICC and insisted that he was forcibly pushed into a jet and rendition to the Hague. So, ito yung naging base na dapat niya, hindi man nire-recognize. So, ibig sabihin, pag pinagbigyan yung interim release, hindi na babalik. So, ang dapat sana na unang gawin ng defense, i-recognize ang jurisdiction ng ICC. Kasi pag hindi nila ni-recognize, bakit pagbibigyan yung interim release na hindi man nila nire-recognize? Alam niya na walang mangyayari, mga kababayan.
Us, the defense, and we trust the judges to take the right decision.
Attorney Nick, multiple times during online streaming, the statement, especially if it's the presentation of the defense, it has been cut off multiple times. Do you know the reason why they are doing this?
Well, I think Judge Motok made it clear that there are certain aspects of the court transcript that cannot be broadcast to the public because there are protective measures. There are what I refer to as reductions throughout the hearing.
Winarningan siya ni Motok kasi yung mga redacted dapat hindi niya i-mention lalo mga identities ng mga victims. Mini-mention niya. Kaya kaya kahapon, kagabi, nagla-live streaming tayo, nakat, di kinat ko ng tuluyan. Pero bumalik din, yun pala, kinat kasi mini-mention yung mga dapat hindi i-mention. Winarningan si Kaufman ni Motok. Sabi ni Attorney Butuyan, Your Honor, the victims want these charges to be confirmed because they want to be reintegrated to their communities because they are still in the shadows of fake news from Mr. Duterte supporters. O, di ba? Pakalat kayo si fake news. Nagagamit sa defense sa pag-deny sa petition. O, sabi ni Julian Nichols, he's proud of his killings. He wants to be remembered for decades of murdering his own people, murdering the children of the Philippines, and he claims that he did it all for his country. Matindi yung mga sabay clip. O, ito pa, yung sabi ni yung spokesperson na, mga kababayan, ICC spokesperson Orion Mailet, sabi niya, the ICC judges will now start their deliberation and will deliver their decision within 60 calendar days after the end of the hearing. The judges may then confirm those charges and commit the suspect to trial before a different chamber or decline to confirm the charges and stop the proceedings against Mr. Duterte or adjourn the hearing and request the prosecutor to provide further evidence to conduct further investigation or to amend any charge. Ayan po ang mga development. Ayan lang po mga kababayan. Maraming salamat. Bye-bye po mga kababayan. God bless. Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream, pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kaso-kasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application, anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Neng siya red mix fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry, may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayos niya, Mr. Maravilla. Sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab ka rental din po kami. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.